Attention, please.
Attention. Do I have everybody's attention now? Burn it down!
This is the In My House Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Finally, The Rock has come back home.
Scotty Villa brings you your new favorite pro wrestling podcast.
There is nothing you could do that is more dangerous than wrestling CM Punk.
He's got the latest in covering all of the major promotions in professional wrestling.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Breaking news and hot topics, he's covering everything from Monday night till Sunday night's main event.
I'm the hottest thing in professional wrestling. I'm Dr. Britt Baker.
And we never forget to go old school.
I was rowdy before rowdy was cool.
From the golden era.
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
To the attitude era.
And if you're not done with that, then he's got 2 words for you.
To the revolution.
It's about the 14 years it took me to go from undesirable to un-goddamn deniable.
And everything in between. This is your pro wrestling podcast. This is In My House.
Give me a hell yeah.
Welcome to my house, baby. Take control.
Welcome everybody to the In My House Pro Wrestling Podcast. We are back. Scotty Villa here, Monday Night Mike.
Hey! Hey!
That's it this week. It's just us. It's just the OGs.
Cause Toyota Tom's a bitch. Just a biggity, biggity, biggity bitch. Fuck you, Tom. Happy birthday, James.
Happy birthday, James.
But fuck you, Tom.
Oh, man. UK Tom is on assignment, as you just heard. So, yeah.
On assignment? Motherfucker, that bitch took the day off. I don't show up. It's Monday Night Mike didn't show up for work. I won't stand for it. He's on assignment. Fuck you, too, for even saying it.
Look, I'm just... No. That's the polite way of saying they didn't show up for work.
I never get the polite way.
You got it the last
So
time
fuck
you
that.
were off. We got it the last 2 times you were off.
Bullshit.
Somewhere around there. I'm sure we've said it at least once for you.
Fuck.
Dude, we've got a stacked little show here. We got some good topics to talk about, I think. So
there's a lot for the fans to look forward to.
Yeah, it's a big weekend for pro wrestling, especially, the big companies, WWE, AEW. Big weekend. You've got NXT Great American Bash Saturday at 1 p.m. Local Saskatchewan time, 3 p.m. Eastern. But that's also happening at the exact same time as AEW All In as well. That's an afternoon show too, and that's their biggest crowd they've ever had in North America. So big show for AEW. Then we get Saturday night main event, the return of Goldberg, what everyone's been waiting for.
Fuck off.
And then on Sunday is WWE Evolution. So jam-packed. Plus, wherever you are, I'm sure there's some local pro wrestling in your area. Make sure you go check that out as well. But we're going to get to some of the bigger stuff later. But it's an interesting big week in the week of pro wrestling when it comes to just history, and also a fun week for podcast history too. We'll get to that in a second. But Mike, 29 years ago this week.
Yeah, special anniversary, 29 years. Yeah.
Well, I just
ones you remember.
Yeah,
29 years.
Yeah, we'll celebrate this 1-year anniversary next year when it's 30 years from now.
Perfect. Yeah. That show's planned already.
Exactly. Yeah. But I don't know. It hit me when I saw it on the timeline. I was like, oh fuck yeah, that's a massive moment in pro wrestling history. And there's not sure, we could break down every match card for everything that's happening this weekend, but we're just going through matches and making picks. I wanted to have a discussion with my pal Mike here about The turn heard around the world that changed the pro wrestling business forever. 29 years ago this week, Hulk Hogan turned on WCW.
Yes, sir! Get him, Hogan! Go get him, baby! Come on and get some of this now. Who's bad now, boys? Hulk Hogan arrived. Hook. What is he doing? My God! Is he the third man?
He's the third man!
What the hell is going on here?
Hulk Hogan has betrayed WCW! He is the third man!
Look at
this
this
picture!
Oh my God! What the hell is going on? Oh my God!
He was the third man. And known racist.
Yeah. Like, we're not talking Terry. We're talking the Hulkster, brother.
We're talking Richard. It's not going to work for me, brother.
But obviously one of the biggest heel turns, if not the biggest heel turn in the history of the business, changed everything for WCW. Sure, the Outsiders kicked it off with, Scott Hall showing up and then Kevin Nash showing up and touting this third man. But then we've all heard the stories that Hulk and Eric have all told about what it could have been. Even Sting talking about, like, it would have been me if I had said yes, but we all know that probably wouldn't have worked if it was Sting. It had to be a WWF guy. Mm-hmm. And it happened to be the biggest star in the history of pro wrestling. Do you remember that era? Do you remember hearing about it? Yeah,
I think it's someone who followed like exclusively WWF product at that time. Like, we had TBS growing up, but I was never in the camp of WCW ever.
Mm-hmm.
Never, ever. Like, I was tried and true Fed guy. But yeah, obviously you hear that moment, like, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, like that era of Hogan, I definitely do remember. But I don't remember watching that turn. I don't remember right at the kickoff. I jumped in probably. They were already off and running when Hogan was in. But no, I don't remember the big deal it was, because things were really warming up and then the Attitude Era was born.
So for me, the same thing. Like, I didn't have American television, at least not TNT growing up, right? I had TBS, so I watched a lot of WCW as soon as I got cable and got TBS, and I found out that there's a new wrestling show on at 6:05 on Saturdays, unless there was a Braves game on. I was hooked in because that was just another wrestling show I could watch. So I'm like you. I didn't find out until watching WCW Saturday Night the following weekend and getting this breaking report from Mean Gene Oakland, I believe, of just like, holy shit. Couldn't believe it. And I don't think TSN started showing Nitro till like 97, 98. So, it was a lot of just playing catch up with the magazines. I didn't get the internet till 99, I believe. So, and then TSN didn't start showing Nitro until I believe it was 98, maybe 97.
I don't remember the era of TSN showing that.
Well, it did. So TSN had Monday Night Raw on Monday night, and they showed Nitro on Tuesday nights because they couldn't show them at the same time.
That's weird. I did not know that, but I was a TBS kid.
Just doing a Google search. WCW Nitro began airing on TSN in Canada Tuesday, October 28th, 1997. So a little over a year after Hogan turned. So I got a lot of my WCW NWO stuff on WCW Saturday Night, which was a lot of highlight packages. And then I got some like Virgil matches, or Vincent matches on Saturday night. Right. But I remember just being like, even as a kid, I'm like, man, this makes sense. It works, because for weeks, if not months, Hogan was getting heavily booed at WCW shows. It just wasn't working anymore. Pay-per-views leading up, it just wasn't working anymore. And it's one of those things where, holy shit, he actually pulled the trigger. He actually said, yeah, I'll turn heel and give this a go. And they had a hell of a run for, I guess, 3-4 years. I mean, at least 2 years for sure till everything started going a little haywire. But man, one of the best heel turns, and it came out of nowhere, unless you were Bobby the Brain Heenan, where it was like, is he the third man?
I knew it.
Yeah, as he's walking.
Oh,
down
I
the
knew
aisle.
it.
Yeah. But what other heel turns stick out to you over the years and years and years? Like, I have my favorite, and
I was going to say, I think I know your favorite.
What's my favorite?
Oh, it's Sean.
Yes, Sean turned it on Marty.
It's hands down has. I think that's easy top 3 heel turns of all time.
Oh, absolutely. To me, it's number 2. I don't think anything can beat Hogan, but for me personally, it's number 1 because I fucking love that heel turn. I was a Shawn Michaels guy the second the Rockers came in. And I had that magazine because as they're at the barbershop, there's an article in WWF magazine is there a problem with the Rockers? And they're there to say no. And then it goes down. Sean even holds the magazine up and says, is there a problem with the Rockers? He rips it in half. He says, I don't think so. And Marty going through the glass at the barbershop as like a 8-year-old, 10-year-old kid. Unreal.
It's like, I mean, that image to this day, I think defines what a good heel turn is, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have visual cues to a heel turn, I don't think there's better.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Hogan being heel is ultimately bigger than Sean. You're right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Business wise. Absolutely.
You know what? The double turn, like, I mean, Austin and Hitman.
Oh, I didn't even think of that one.
Is massive. But you're right. Like, I don't know if anything is gonna top Hogan. That the one guy you never thought would, which I think it's interesting now because I think outside, because you'll bitch and fucking complain about it because of how the heel turn for Cena has been going. The moment Cena turned heel was fucking awesome.
I agree.
Yeah,
I almost wanted to do an emergency pod because no one saw it coming.
It's really fucking excellent for like joining forces with The Rock, like becoming the 17-time world champion. Like what happened from that heel turn is massive.
And it's his last year too. Like no one's doing a bold move like that in their alleged last year of quote unquote full-time competition. That's a bold move.
I think the Seth turn, the Triple H Authority Seth turn on the Shield is excellent. Mm-hmm. Good callbacks to even modern time wrestling now. Yeah. It was really, really good. I mean, winning the Money in the Bank, the cash in, like Seth's heel turn was really fucking good too.
Extremely well done. And like you've seen the documentaries and stuff about it now, but they didn't have to. Like I feel like the Shield was at the peak of their babyface run. Like they were hot as fuck.
All those guys were too over though. Like that was the time where that had to stop.
I agree. And everyone thought it was going to be Ambrose that was going to be the heel out of the group. Everybody thought it was Dean Ambrose. But with it being Seth, that was a major shocker. Another big heel turn, Mike, that I think is maybe, I don't know if underrated, but it just kind of gets lost in the shuffle a little bit. When Tommaso Ciampa turned on Johnny Gargano in NXT Black and Gold, after they had this crazy match, I think it was in Chicago, and they had a crazy tag team match. They're standing at the entrance ramp after a loss, arm around each other. Tommaso Ciampa was actually hurt. I believe he blew out his MCL and ACL in that match, and he still went through with the heel turn. Was a huge shocker. It was one of those moments. Do you remember on NXT on the WWE Network? At the end of the show, they'd put the little graphic at the bottom saying the show's over, but the show wouldn't stop. It was peak that era, and that I think was a great heel turn too, because it was Ciampa and Gargano, and everyone loved Johnny Wrestling, and Ciampa turned into a monster heel in NXT. Oh,
I mean, the Fed was probably the tippy top of getting characters to turn, right? Like WCW's claim to fame in the heel turn category is like Hogan.
Yes. Yeah.
Because then everybody just joined the fucking NWO.
Yeah.
Which loses its magic, right? But I would say Andre aligns himself with Bobby the Brain.
Massive.
Yeah.
Right into WrestleMania 3, it's the match that shot wrestling into superstardom.
Mega Powers explode.
Another, just a great story too. Like, and then that, I think it's like a 3 or 5 minute promo by Macho Man where he breaks down everything that happened. And I could see the lust in his eyes. It's one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great. Dude, I've been watching on WWE Vault. It's like New Generation month for July, and that's my favorite era. But watching the turn of Diesel go from being like uber babyface into turning into heel in his last few months there, like turning on Brett, turning on Undertaker, and then giving Undertaker the finger at the Royal Rumble in '96, and then turning on Shawn, who they were best friends, but then they had that crazy hardcore match at In Your House, Good Friends, Better Enemies, where Diesel rips off a Mad Dog Vachon's fake leg. It's just
that's right.
But it's been awesome to watch this doc because they add in like every interview segment he does on like WWF Superstars and every backstage segment. So you see this like cocky, arrogant prick turn. And now it's just like, man, even now that works. It works now.
Is there a heel turn you hated? Like you thought just bad? I think we may both have the same one.
Oh, man. Well, I didn't hate it, but it didn't
I'll
work.
say, is it
Stone
Austin
Cold?
joining McMahon? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, I get creatively, like at some point that would probably have to happen. If you're not a good guy, you're a bad guy in wrestling. It's just the way the story goes. But I don't think that panned out at all. It's pretty bad.
You're asking for a lot. You're in Texas, Austin's home state. It's WrestleMania. And you're asking the fans to boo Austin when he joins Vince McMahon. Sure, on paper, that's the biggest sin for Stone Cold to do, is to align with Vince McMahon. It just, people weren't ready to boo Austin. And I liked the follow-up. I liked when Austin and Triple H teamed together as a two-man power trip and went after every title. And then Triple H gets hurt. And then the whole WCW invasion angle becomes a thing, and it's fucking trash. Although Stone Cold Steve Austin as a heel in WCW is hilarious. It's so goddamn funny. Another heel turn that I think it gets a lot of credit, but maybe gets forgotten about because it's kind of a mix based off of what you said earlier. When Bret Hart turned at WrestleMania 13, they did the double switch. Bret Hart was a full-blown heel in America, but everywhere else, full-blown babyface. Canada,
It sucks
Europe,
but the market was still so like USA heavy, especially for television, you know? So like getting that to switch was easy, but then it was just lights out. Austin was a fucking megastar. Just a megastar.
I hated the Bret Hart heel turn, like as a fan in that era, because I love Bret. And when they did the Canadian Stampede, which was just, last week, it was that anniversary for the Stampede. Listening to the crowd pop massive for the Hart Foundation come out, even more massive for Bret. But then the next week or 2 weeks from that, they're back in the States. They're booing him like crazy. I've come to since watch the work again many, many times over, and Bret's just fucking masterful as a heel in the States. But man, it was confusing for me because I love Bret, but I was also a Shawn guy, so it was in Stone Cold guy, so it was just tough. So I didn't like having to choose back then. I also just didn't like Bret doing dirty things. I didn't like it as a fan, as a full blown teenage fan.
Yeah, I mean that. All good things like that come to an end, right? Like everyone has to take the heel turn and has to do it. Like it has to happen at some point.
Yeah.
It's very rare where you're going to see someone now be a babyface their entire career or heel their entire career.
Well, I mean, you would think that MJF could have been that guy, but he's already been a babyface already. Like that run with Adam Cole, he was a pseudo babyface, right? So,
we talk about it, like the tweener just becomes an instant babyface, right?
Yeah,
like
crowd appreciates the work.
You're leaning, and you're leaning more that way. Like we know you're an asshole, but the fans love it.
Yeah. Just two other quick heels. I believe he came in as a heel, and I didn't like it because I wanted to cheer for him. Adam Baum. I just thought he looked cool. He's got a fun name, and I liked his moves. But I think he came in as a heel. Then he went babyface, and I think he went heel again. Another one was when the British Bulldog turned on Lex Luger in the Allied Powers. You know, but then it led to this awesome heel run by the Bulldog for the rest of his WWF career in the Foundation and with Clarence Mason and Jim Cornette. So, there's some good ones.
You put in the first time like Kevin Steen betrays Generico before they ran that shit into the ground in every promotion they ever went to.
Yeah. Well, even Kevin turning on Sammy when Kevin debuted in NXT. Yeah. Sammy wins the NXT title. Kevin comes out. They start walking up the ramp, and then Kevin viciously slams his head into the ramp. And then that's the first time I'd ever seen a power bomb on the apron.
To the apron. That's right.
First time I'd ever seen that. So just a lot of great ones out there, pal. A lot of humdingers. So I'm sure we've missed a million of them.
Oh, for sure. And always let us know your favorites. Yeah. Get to the social media and let us know your favorite heel turns of all time. Tough break. Toyota Tom should have showed up for work today. So please don't chime in. We don't want to hear what you have to say. You'll be lucky we even read your picks on the show today for Evolution.
Those are coming up in a minute here. I do want to celebrate another anniversary, Mike. As of this recording, it's Tuesday the 8th. 2 years ago today,
that's
myself,
right.
You and the very absent UK Tom were sitting front row at AEW Collision in Regina, Saskatchewan, witnessing for the first time in 9-10 years CM Punk versus Samoa Joe.
AEW Collision makes its epic debut at the Branch Center in Regina, Saskatchewan.
Holy smokes! Neckbreaker, turning Joe's momentum against him. And now using Joe's... Oh, wait. Back to the choke. On the escape. Hold on a second. Shoulders down. 2 in the row. 3. He got it. CM Punk wins.
Winner this match
CM Punk
to the finals of the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament. CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
We got that match in Regina.
Some fun stats from that show. 2,474 people were there.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, I think that sounded like a lot when I was reading these. I was like, really? How many people does the Brent Center hold?
Ooh, like 6,000, maybe 8.
There we go.
Around there.
But I mean, that place was packed with 2,474 fans.
I mean, it sounded packed when you watch it back. I've watched that show back twice since we've done it. I watched the highlights today because it came up on the internet. It sounded like a good show.
Yeah. I mean, so you had Owen Hart Foundation Tournament semifinals. So you had Ricky Starks against Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yep, that opened the show.
Good match. Yeah. Then Julia Hart defeated Bambi Hall.
Yes. Yep.
With Brody King ringside, so it's like we saw him work too.
Well, we saw Brody in the dark match. As we were walking in, Brody was doing a dark match. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think the match of the night was the tag titles eliminator match. Bullet Club Gold, Jay White and Juice Robinson versus FTR.
Dude,
this match of the fucking night. Incredible wrestling.
What if easily top probably 3 matches I've seen live ever. Unfucking real.
And then Scorpio Sky was defeated Action Andrade.
Yeah, I think that was Scorpio's one of his many returns, and then he disappeared again like 2 weeks later for like a year.
Started his own podcast now. And then obviously the big build event was CM Punk versus Samoa Joe, which is not my favorite CM Punk Samoa Joe match, but still a very, very, very good match. Very happy I saw live.
Oh, absolutely. The fact that we got to see CM Punk, like this version of CM Punk, because we know the Fed ain't coming to our area ever again.
No.
You know, but it was awesome to see. It was awesome that we got that huge return match that people have been clamoring for ever since CM Punk had come back to wrestling. He cut a great promo to open the night, talking about the importance of the Owen Hart Cup, talking about the importance of Owen Hart, got a great Owen chant. It was such a fun night for what wasn't really supposed to be. When AEW announced that show, it was just a house show. So, truth be told, we got front row tickets for dirt cheap. Dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Compared to what a front row ticket would be now.
Another problem is too, like, Collision's not a long show. Like, it really isn't. But boy, they made it worth your money, I guess, with 8 Ring of Honor matches.
Yes, they definitely had a lot of Ring of Honor matches afterwards. Yeah.
There's fucking 8 of them, man.
Yeah. And I mean, for us, it was fine. We didn't really pay attention to a ton of them. We socialized with a lot of people around us. You were the belle of the ball, let's be honest. You were the belle of the ball. But when it comes to security or the wrestlers or just fans around us, yeah, you had a blast, and they had a blast around you too, pal.
That night is sweet because I ended up with that Boston Strong Style shirt.
That's right. That's right. Oh man. And
then the photos of me with Dax from FTR alone. Like, come on.
He kissed you.
Yeah, dude.
Big old smooch. Big old
just
smooch.
Loved. Just universally loved.
They loved you and Tom and my wife and her friend. They didn't give a fuck about me.
They looked right at you and were just like, you're the average wrestling fan. You fucking.
Do you know what? I've analyzed this. I've analyzed this because it hurt my feelings. But do you know why? I think I figured out why.
Why?
Because I was wearing a t-shirt that said The Elite. And they're not exactly the best buds. You know, so I think
I was wearing a Danhausen. Was I wearing Danhausen shirt?
Yeah, but they like Danhausen. They love Danhausen. Danhausen's a CM Punk guy.
No, I don't know if it was at that time.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I think that's why they didn't like me. I was wearing an Elite t-shirt, although in Canadian colors.
Yeah.
So
yeah, big mistake on your behalf.
Pretty much, yeah. And then we talked to Bobby Cruz, the announcer for Ring of Honor, afterwards for quite a bit, which was nice, until security's like, get the fuck out. We want to clear this arena.
You're like, dude, chill out, man.
Yeah. I got a picture of Thunder Rosa. She was doing commentary for the Spanish announcer.
That's right. I did the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So fun night. I mean, I would love it if AEW or TNA came to our area. TNA's the closest they're coming is Edmonton next few months here, but that's a bit of a trek for TNA. So, I mean, I'd love for a big company to come through again, even if it's just a house show. God damn. Need to see some superstars in our area. But
yeah, I mean, outside of those, it was 2022 for WWE.
Yeah. What? Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Because I'm.
Yes.
Wait, what
year
did
October
I get?
1st. It was October 1st, 2022.
Yeah, I got married like a month before that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to that house show, and then like 2 weeks later we went to Toronto for the first AEW in Canada. That's right. I had a pretty good run there, pal.
And before that 22, it was 2019.
Yeah.
February 2nd.
Is that
was 3
yes.
zeros.
Yeah, that's right. Me and you in the second or third row.
Second row. Booing the first row.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Until they got it right. Until they started cheering the way they should have been cheering. But a lot of WWF or WWE divas or a lot of them heard
Scott,
Mike Lopez.
No.
What?
That was the Revival show.
Oh, where they fought Gable and Rude?
That was 2019. Our show was 2017.
Oh wow. You know
I'm
what?
checking the card now.
That does add up. Yeah, you're right. Because at 2019, my sister was there and my brother-in-law. That's the one I took my daughter to for the first time, her first show.
It was because we got Cruiserweight, Kalisto and Enzo.
Yes, opening match. Yeah.
Darren Young and Goldust versus Kurt Hawkins and Curtis Axel.
That's right.
Elias against R-Truth.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Three-way. Yeah. The Shield, the Bar, Heath Slater and Rhino. And then Dana Brooke and Sasha Banks defeated Alexa Bliss and Alicia Fox.
Yeah, those people got Monday Night Mike's phone number. That's for sure.
And The Miz and Jason Jordan. The Miz fucking caught it that night.
That's right. Yeah.
The Miz caught it that night.
That's right.
And then the last match was Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns.
That's right. In like a street fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Fun
That's
times.
true. Dude,
Fun
man.
times.
I love live pro wrestling. When it's in my area, I try to go. If the big companies show up, we're definitely going, but they're not coming to our area. Mike, we might have to do like a petition or something, or get some sort of online rally going for some of these big companies to come back to Saskatchewan.
I mean, I'll tell you where Scott wasn't in Saturday 1997. It was August 30th at the Agrodome, because I was there watching Brackus defeat Rockabilly.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, dude. Goldust versus Brian Pillman.
That'd have been fun.
A British Bulldog and Mankind.
Oh, nice.
Bret Hart beat the Patriot.
Yeah, that's right, in that era. Yeah, that's right. Was Bret
Owen
Bret
versus
champion?
Ken Shamrock.
Wow.
Bret was the champion, yeah.
And was Owen IC champ at that time, or maybe Kenny? Ken was?
No,
I
don't think either of those guys had the strap.
Interesting. Yeah, I definitely wasn't at that, but dude, when I was living back home in my small town, anytime it came to Regina, I was just like, how do I get there? And we weren't Regina people. Like, we just didn't come to Regina. We went to Winnipeg as kids because that's where family was. Yep. So that's a rough one. Speaking of rough ones, it's got a lot of wrestling going on this week. I don't know why that segue doesn't mean anything, but
it totally just makes it sound like you hate women.
It does. I don't. I was going to say
fun fact on the show. Yeah, you do. Out of the three of us on this, you do the most.
The segue I was going to do is, speaking of rough, we have to make the rough decision because there's so much wrestling to only pick one show to make picks on, and we're picking Evolution.
That's right.
Monday Night Mike's got the card up right now, and
we go.
Tom sent in his picks.
Tom's picks up too, which we'll read, I guess. I think they shouldn't count. I think it should be null and void. I'm having a rough year. I'm having a rough year for picks. So,
you know what? I should
let's get into it.
I should do a halfway point next show. I should add things up and see how things are.
Oh,
so
I'll miss that show. I won't be there. I can't hear that.
What do you got first?
All right, starting off with the NXT Women's Championship match. JC Jane, the champion, against Jordan Grace. I think we're all in agreement on this one. It's time. Jordan Grace is going to win.
Yeah,
and get the title.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it sets up title versus title match for TNA with Jordan Grace versus Masha Slamovich at TNA Slammiversary later this month. So I think that needs to be done. So yeah, I'm going Grace. Tom picked Jordan Grace as well.
Yeah, I think we're all going to be picking here too. The same Battle Royale for a championship match at WWE Collision in Paris. I also have Stephanie McCoy.
Yeah, I was thinking about that before Tom sent off his picks, and she's the only one that makes sense right now. We don't know all the participants in the Battle Royal, so as of right now, we're all going Stephanie.
But what about BFAB? Exactly.
There is the I believe Nikki Bella is in this too, and she's quote unquote back for a run here, and she was supposed to be fighting Liv Morgan, but Liv Morgan's hurt. Will we see Nikki Bella get that win? I think she'll be in the final 2 or 3, but we're all going Stephanie McCoy.
Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way match: Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Kabuki Warriors. You said.
Yep. That's what they're
versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, and then the NXT team was
Sol Roca and Zarya.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is pretty picked across the board too. I think it's Alexa Bliss and Charlotte for the win.
I think it's Alexa and Charlotte as well, although a part of me thinks that they could keep it on Roxanne and Raquel, because I think if you lose those tag titles, you lose a pretty big connecting piece for heat between Raquel and Roxanne. But I'm going Alexa and Charlotte as well. So does Tom.
All right. The Women's World Championship match: Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. Mommy's getting the belt back finally.
Oh, you're going Mommy.
I am.
Tom went Io. I'm going to go on a limb and I hope it's a heavy limb, real strong because I'm a fat fuck, Mike. Do you get the dumb joke?
I think you look great today. I said
it. You did. I'm going to go Rhea as well. They've been touting the whole fact that Rhea's never beaten Io one-on-one before. I think Evolution's the night. But I don't think
I think it looks better going into SummerSlam season to have it be Rhea. I love Io. I do.
Yeah.
I'm really happy they let her have the title as long as she has. But I think it makes more sense getting into the biggest party this summer to have Rhea have the title.
I like it.
Next up, Scott Idea. We have Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. 3-way for the IC. Who you got?
I'm going with Bayley. I know it's probably not the smartest pick.
I would like that pick, but Becky's going to retain here.
You're going Becky, eh?
And and I think Bayley and Becky go at SummerSlam.
Oh, interesting. I never really thought about that. I feel like you got to give Bayley something. She got really, really fucked at Mania, like completely fucked.
Yeah, the program is Becky.
Yeah,
for SummerSlam. I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Bayley. You and Tom are picking Becky.
Yeah. Next up, no holds barred match: Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Pretty excited for this one.
It's got to be Jade.
It's got to be Jade. I 100% agree. Tom did as well.
She's going into SummerSlam as the number one contender. You can't have her losing on a big stage like this.
And singles match for the WWE Women's Championship: Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus. I know.
To me, it's Tiffany, but I think now is the time. It will be Tiffany. I think the time is now to get that title off of her, though. Most likely will be happening to Jade at SummerSlam. But man, I think it'd be a fun wrench to throw Trish in there, have her be the champion for like a week or two, and then Tiffany gets a rematch, wins it back, and then it flips over to Jordan or to Jade. So, but yeah, we're all going Tiffany on this one too. So, yeah, Evolution this Sunday, live on Netflix.
Be hyped for it. I think it's a great card.
I'm excited for Jordan Grace. I really want her to win that championship. I think it'll be a very, very good match. And I think that sets up Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe at some point in a big NXT match. Really pumped for Rhea and Io. I think that match could steal the entire weekend.
Man, I just, again, realizing too that All In Texas is this weekend. It's Saturday.
I forgot to ask, and so I'm just going to do it with you, but it won't count because I was going to do a bonus point. Do you think Jon Moxley loses the AEW championship this weekend to Hangman Adam Page? No, I'm the same way. I don't think they do. I think they're saving it for Darby. And I think we get Darby back. I think we're going to get this video package of him planting the AEW flag on the top of Mount Everest, and then him coming out, and then there you go. There's your setup.
On this show, before we have to wrap up here, which is pretty quick, you have Kenny and Okada, and they're really hoping that thing pulls out what they can do. But it'll be interesting to see.
Let us know your picks, your thoughts on anything you're watching this weekend in the pro wrestling world. We'd love to hear us up on the socials at In My House Pod. That's where you'll find us. For Monday Night Mike, I'm Scotty Villa. This has been the In My House Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to my house. Play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. It's my house. Yowie wowie.